Everything's fine. Set a timer for 28 minutes. Oh, I almost took your mic.
I always have the red one.
Also, like, since I just talked to Siri, freaking, the Apple just updated. Did you get the Apple update?
Oh, I don't think so yet.
Oh, it's so bad.
Wait, I have a note about Apple.
Hi!
I'm like, let me remember this.
Welcome to the Pretty and Petty podcast, even though my microphone's about to die.
Oh my gosh, yeah, why is it blinking?
I don't know. Hopefully everything's okay. We'll just have to keep an eye on the little receiver. Literally, when will we ever have an episode without a technical difficulty? I don't know. Also, how do you guys feel about the blue lights?
Ooh.
My remote died, so I can't change the color.
Stuck on blue forever.
I have very few options, and I feel like blue is the best. It's like literally like red, green, blue.
Okay, yeah.
Or like America,
Oh my gosh,
Mexico.
yeah. There's America mode, Mexico mode, and like rainbow,
It's
like pride.
Definitely like Christmas. But I like
To
that
me,
you thought
it gave,
Mexico.
like Mexican flag.
I, like
I was like, yes.
Yes, diversity
Yes.
lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
But I like it. I think it looks good with like the yellow light we have.
Yes.
Because then it makes like a little purple hue moment.
I agree. And we haven't done blue mode yet. So
Yeah.
it's like,
And
I
it's the
also
color of
like
the bi flag.
blue mode because like it makes things neon. Like how the sunflowers, they look
Oh,
like glowy.
that's true. They look kind of
Like I always do blue mode in my room.
I do like the blue mode. I just don't like it when it's only blue light everywhere. It's like overwhelming. That's why like my lamp also has to be on to like.
That's
I also meant
valid.
to put it up to brighten our face, but I guess we're
I
in
think
cozy
it's
mode
fine,
tonight
yeah.
because I didn't have it bright. Sorry
Yeah.
about it. But yeah, Apple updated and I'm mad because I always start a timer on my phone, little behind the scenes tea for you guys. And now when you hold down Siri, like look.
Oh, it's like Gemini.
Yeah, because it's Apple AI now and she also sounds horrible. Let's have her speak. Hello. Oh, she hates me. Hello? Oh. Hi. She's shy,
Was she
I guess.
silent or was she silent?
I guess she's shy of me, but yeah, I don't like her voice anymore. It's different than the Siri voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine's on
Anger.
like, well, my Siri was British.
Well, it'll be messed up now. if you
Dang.
change
I also
it.
never really talk to her.
I don't
fuck with that
either,
bitch.
but it reads my texts in my car.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
it was reading, and I was like,
Who are you?
what did you do with my girl?
Yes. Okay. My thing I had to say about Apple was, I don't know if you had this experience,
this?
but I took your pineapple, so don't even worry. I got comfy.
My bad.
But like my alarms, they haven't been going off. Like they don't make noise and they barely vibrate. I don't know if that's happened to you.
Oh, that's happened to me before.
And then I saw a TikTok about it, and the guy was like, since like one of the updates, I forgot what it's called, but it's like automatic like something.
Yes,
and then
I know
you have
exactly
to
what
you have
you're
to turn
talking
it
about.
off. But I'm like, why does it auto on? Because
What happened to me is I started setting timers after an update that turns your music off. So there'd be no sound. Like that was a new feature like 5 years ago, and I would listen to music before I went to bed. So then I would set a timer that would turn your sound off. So then my alarm in the morning wouldn't work because it had turned your sound off. And then since that was my setting, if I was just like, hey, like start a timer, it would like put it on sound mute time instead of alarm sound.
Because this one, it's like if it doesn't see your face, then it's just not gonna like give you notifs or something. It's like do not disturb level 3. Like I don't know, but it's just like so freaky. Because I'm just
I
like,
think that's what work mode is, what it does. Because, yeah, little fun fact as well. I love so much that my phone just decided I work there. And I'll, like, leave my house to just, like, I don't know, go get groceries. And it will just be, like, 10 minutes from work. And it's Caitlin's house. And then I get there, and it turns on work mode.
yeah,
on
which is
my iPhone.
it's also just like
What?
it doing things automatically without asking is kind of rude. IMO. Like I don't want like
It should be like, is this place work?
Exactly.
And then I could be
It's
like, yes.
yeah, like even if I'm at work, bold of you to assume that I like don't want notifications.
That's
you know what I
true.
mean?
That is
like
very true.
I still want to be in the know. I don't care if I'm at work. But yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought that was crazy because it's like obviously I set like alarms to wake up. Why would I be looking at my phone to wake up? You know, like obviously I'm
Right.
sleeping. And then also like I thought it had to do with like my like ringer or like sound, but it just like was that update, and I'm just like, that's crazy.
so evil.
Because also, why wouldn't it vibrate? Like it would literally, I would wake up and just see like the screen, but then I'm like, but I didn't feel anything.
I just watched today while I was eating. I watched Drew Gooden's video. I know you're not tapped into him, but I watch him, and he just made a video about like technology as a whole, and he was just like talking about how much we've digressed.
Dang.
And I was just like, that's so true. Like literally nothing is better. Like everything is always worse.
Right?
They update stuff and I'm mad. Like when they updated iPhoto.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Put it back. It's like
just
everything's worse.
Yeah, every update, it's been like too big, because I know like we obviously need big updates, but it's like it's happening too often. Like just give me baby like bug fix updates. Yeah. We don't need like
what happened to like the 0.1s, 0.2, 0.3s where they would just do nothing.
Now it's like 18 to 20, and I'm just like, huh?
And I'm like, what do you mean? Like why are we on the iOS that we're on? I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know.
Why, like I remember when it was like iOS 5 came out or something.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just like,
and the photos, it used to be like the actual flower,
and everything was so cool. And like when things changed, like we were all like, whoa.
Yeah, but it's like you need to give us time to adjust.
I know,
like,
and now it's like they're changing stuff. They put an AI in my phone, and I don't like her.
Right?
We have beef.
Yeah,
like,
why is
she wouldn't talk when I asked her to
know.
speak. Like, you have one job, and like
literally speak.
Like I
Just say
said, speak, and
hi.
she just wouldn't.
Literally.
She was just typing. Like,
that's pretty, bruh.
I know. Why would she do that to me?
Did you ever watch like I Justine?
This sounds so familiar.
She was just like the girl who would just like review Apple products, and she was just like
a
really
YouTuber?
into it. Yeah,
No, I just think I've heard of her.
yeah.
Maybe I've seen a video here and there.
Like I just like think like that was just crazy, because like also just people who are like really big fans of like Apple, I'm just like that's kind of nerdy and losery.
Because honestly, like we used to be like, my dad really was like, he was like collecting all the iPhones when they first came out, and they would come out so slow. It's like he got his first one, he had the iPhone 1, and then like he got the 2, and then he kept them, and like we played with them, and like my first phone like wasn't a phone, because it was just my dad's like iPhone 3.
Yes, and then it'd be like an iPod.
Like I could just get apps, so I would just listen to music, and like it only worked with Wi-Fi. And it's like he had all of them, and he just like thought it was so cool, and he loved Apple. And now this man hates it. Like he doesn't update his phone. Like he doesn't like do anything. He's probably had the same one forever, but he's like a billionaire, so
I just think like
he's sucked into. He's got red pilled.
The people who actually go to like the Apple like hard launch conferences, that's kind of crazy.
My dad used to like go to the drops. Like the new phone came out, he was in line that day.
Yeah, I think like back
now
then,
he hates everything.
It's so different, because like duh, like you went from BlackBerry to iPhone. That's
and
a
it was
big
awesome,
upgrade.
and every new phone was so cool. Like they got so much better.
They were like drastically different. Like when we went from home button to no home button.
Yes.
Okay,
and now it just angers me. Like I have 1 gen newer phone than you, and you can't even plug it in.
I know.
Like you can't even be on aux in my car because
it's
I
like
don't have anything for you.
Like, I know, right?
Like 1 gen newer.
Dongle,
like come on now, bro. Like that's what we had to change.
Yeah.
I just hate them, and I hate technology.
Yeah, that's valid.
But we're influencers, so we love it.
Yeah, like I do want the new iPhone just so I can like be in the know with everyone.
I didn't even know there was
But
a
it's
new
also
iPhone.
or I think is it the 16? Do you have the 16?
I think I have the 14.
Oh, okay, then I have the 13. So
think you
yeah,
do.
that's crazy. But yeah, I just like damn, it just sucks to be the odd one out.
See,
you know what
also
I mean?
like it used to matter. Like I remember when everyone got the 5Cs.
Oh yes.
And it was like everyone else
The
was jealous. Like
funky-looking
I had a
ones,
5C and like everyone else was jealous. And then like I just had my 5C until
For,
I
like,
got
ever.
like the iPhone X.
I think I like my first one was like an iPhone 6 or something, and then I had like XR or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're very similar. One
I had
gen
the
off
X and then it got
always.
discontinued.
Yeah.
Like the X regular, no R.
Yeah. And then that's why they made a way for XR.
Yeah, they like got rid of mine.
But honestly, the iPhone 6 was like low key my favorite. Like it was so sleek and slender. And like that was when like rose gold dropped. Like it was kind of just
my mom
a moment.
Had that one. I just had my 5C until I had my
The
X.
5C one was like quirky. Like that
It was
so,
mustache core.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was for the times.
Honestly, like this is definitely out by now since like we filmed these so in advance, but we just did our video doing deep cuts, and I feel like everything we're saying is so related.
I agree.
So you guys should watch it.
Yeah, you guys should watch it.
It's lit, but yeah, it's taking me forever to edit because we had like 2 hours of footage. So
oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm just one girl.
No, because because literally the premise of the video was just like us putting each other on like old YouTube videos we watched, and like some we would have in common, some we wouldn't, but then it's just like one we'd like be like, oh my gosh, we just want to like watch this other one now. Like it wasn't even putting each other on, it was just like, oh my gosh, remember this?
And we were just having throwbacks.
Like we were just geeking.
And I couldn't figure out OBS, so like I had to
my
film everything
gosh,
separate, so then I had to put everything together. Editors know what's up. This is a struggle. Okay, I'm having a hard time, but I finally have done it, and now I just have to chop it up because it's still so long. I'm not gonna like give you guys that much content. Like it's that's overwhelming.
Yeah,
you don't want all that.
Yeah,
I'll shorten it for you.
Right. Speaking of YouTubers, I have beef.
Oh yeah, air them out. Honestly, air them out. And we used to be fans. We were fans. We've talked about them in every single episode. We've hyped them up. We've been like, let's get them on the pod, and now we hate you.
let's fly to them. We'll fly ourselves out.
Ourselves there and catch us in the ring.
For real.
Like we said this before to be silly as a joke. No, now we mean it.
2v2 on God. But Martin would hit me. Like Martin would.
Protect you, baby girl.
Thank you.
I got you. You ladies, all right.
Hamza wouldn't, but like Martin would be like, equal rights, equal fights, and he would just mean it. Like, but I see all these videos of other people, and they got their merch, which like it was ordered like low-key like January something. So maybe like before Valentine's Day, definitely
sold out. So I'm sure there's only a small window of times you could have gotten.
I agree, but it was definitely like, it was a while ago, and now I just see everyone opening and unboxing their merch, and I'm like, but what about me?
Which is also rude.
What
like,
about me?
Why would like TikTok show us those?
Yeah, it's like, damn, I get it. I didn't get my stuff yet, but it's like, what about me?
No email, no nothing.
Yeah,
no, it's on the way.
No, Ty was like, it's okay also, but like I can't complain too much because like I didn't buy it. Like Ty bought it. But whatever, still. He was just like, I haven't heard a single thing from them. So Corey, what's up? But also,
like, Corey, what's up? Yeah,
Corey, we can talk it out in my DMs. Don't worry.
Yeah, like Corey, like I'm actually Kayla's manager, so like,
yeah, so you can reach out to her.
If like you need anything, like you can just slide into my DMs.
Yeah,
and, like I'll answer.
Yeah,
don't worry.
Yeah,
Corey lookalike contest right
like,
now, right here,
literally in this bed right now. Pull up.
Corey lookalike contest when? Yeah, I'll pay for that one.
Literally,
I got that.
But I'm just like, where is it? Like, I know y'all are in Canada, but like, what about me? What about me?
Yeah, what about us?
Like, I just want my Mandy shirt. Hello?
Yeah, the way that like it's Mandy's merch. Like it's
yeah, I'm Mandy biased. Hello?
I mean,
like,
yeah,
we love
her. She's a queen.
No, literally.
See, like also like if we were to ever meet them, it's like I don't want them on the pod. Like we don't need the male energy, but like can Mandy come on? Like will she do that?
Yeah, I just want to like kiki with them.
Right?
Like,
no, like we can hang out, but then
yeah,
it's like,
but it's just
like
us and
they don't
Mandy.
need to collab with us. Like I don't need men on my channel, but like Mandy can be on it.
Yeah, and the dogs. And the cats.
Oh yeah.
And whatever other pets they have. They have so many. But I don't want to meet Hamza's cats. They seem evil.
You got a prejudice against the orange cats.
I do. Orange cats are just crazy. Tell me, like, if you're out there and you have an orange cat and it's not crazy.
What about Garfield?
Well, Garfield eats lasagna. That's pretty crazy.
Why did you say that like it was a bad thing?
Well, he's a cat, no?
Like, I think, like, Bubbles would eat lasagna.
Yes, but Bubbles is from the streets. Garfield is, like, domesticated in this home. Like, Bubbles is my roommate's cat, and her, like, situationship literally found him, behind a smoke shop. And then he was like, you want a kitty? And now we have a kitty.
My dog's from the streets. Shady's from the streets.
And Shady's funky, too.
Yeah, Shady's a freak, bro. The other day, my mom, like, she was like, oh, I left like my scrunchie out, and I was like, I bet like Shady's gonna eat it.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, of course she will. And she's over a year old, like not a puppy anymore.
Yeah.
And then she was like, yeah, it was on the table. Like my dog, who is like
your
this
dog's
size,
so short too.
this size, probably this height.
Yeah, because Shady's giving
on
like,
the dining room table. She just goes up there. She's like a goat, bro.
I don't get how though, because she's giving like kind of corgi-esque, where she's like long body,
she's
but like short legs.
Like she's just from the street. Like she's probably everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, corgi's dominating her because she's like very,
she built like a corgi.
Yeah, and like Miss Girl just was like, let me get up on this table.
Yeah.
She's trying to dance at the club.
I know.
Let me get up on the
But like Shady would, and I love that. Like I love that about Shady.
Yeah, she's also just like so love. Like I feel like when you adopt a dog, like we had a dog that it was kind of like a foster situation. It was kind of a hospice situation where she was quite old.
Yeah.
And their owners were like elderly and like couldn't take care of the dog. So we were like, period, we will take care of the dog for like a year because she was like 12, 13. And like it took her so long to warm up to us, and even when she did, she was just kind of like hanging out. And Shady, like we scooped her up off the streets.
I know,
like
and
traumatizing,
she's so
and she loves us, and she loves people. Like she gets so excited.
Yeah,
like,
she's just like a chiller.
Yeah, she's
very
all up in your face. Like she'll just lay right on top of you. Like she's all cuddly. Like because I just love a dog that gives you attention. Like
tell me
why I don't
why.
like cats. Like I want them to be obsessed with me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then another one of my roommates got a little wiener dog, and it's so cute, and it's a little puppy. But like it like squirted. Like no, but like
stop using that word.
But like it did. Like I came into my roommate's room, and then I was like, oh my gosh, Gussie, and then he showed me his belly. What was he gonna do? Not rub it? So of course I rubbed it, and then
what was I supposed to do?
And then he started squirting, and then she was like, oh my gosh, she's too excited, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Puppies pee when they're excited. All of my dogs have done that.
I like didn't
Every
know
dog I've
that.
ever had does that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like even Shady sometimes, like if I come home because like I don't live there, like she'll pee a little bit on
like
the floor.
I knew that about like older dogs, but then in my mind
like,
I was
Sunny
just
did that
like
when she was a puppy for so long.
Oh
yeah,
because I know someone and they have like an old dog, like old childhood dog, and then it's like when they come home from college the dog literally pees itself, but in my mind I was like, it's because it's old. It's hella old.
No, puppies
so like
do that.
yes,
puppies like always do that.
Dang.
They get so like everyone in my family, like all their puppies would always pee.
Dang. But yeah, no.
They just get so excited.
I just like I want a puppy. Like
I do too.
But also I could not afford a puppy, so like I can't be saying all this.
And also like I wanted to dog sit my brother's dog because he's a very cute, and I always say I hate him, but the reason I hate him is because he hates my dog.
He be doing too much.
But
he SAs them.
My brother's girlfriend, that is true. That does happen.
It's not okay.
Not anymore. But my brother's, my brother's girlfriend lives in Orange County, and so he always leaves his dog with my mom, and my mom has 2 dogs. And my dog, who my mom has, is like 6. So she's not down to hang out with this little boy who's also, like 1 or 2.
She's just not down to hang out with like anyone.
Yeah, she's a people person and not even like she doesn't really F with y'all.
Every time I've been at your house so many times and she always barks and I'm like, you know me.
She likes
you
who she likes. She likes me.
She doesn't like me. Why?
And she likes my mom.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. And then so he like barks at her and she growls at him because she's like, what do you want? And he tries to play with her and she's like, shut up.
Yeah.
He SA her because he was like horny because he was like a not fixed dog.
But it's like, keep it in your pants.
And I was like, I just want to like dog sit him because he's so cute and like I want dog attention. And he's really nice when he's at my brother's house and like my dog's not there. Like he's normal and he's perfect and he's sweet. But I was like, oh, my landlord will hate that. Guess what? My landlord has a Rottweiler and she lives in my complex. And my other neighbor has like a big fluffy dog. So it's like, why can't I have one?
Yeah, what? Why can't you?
I don't know.
Is that like actually in your lease? Like
I think
it prohibits it? Dang.
I think it's like you have to let them know and then I think you have to pay more money.
Oh.
But I'm like, I just know, like my landlord hates me, by the way, and I'm sure. But I just know if like my brother's dog was here and he barked once, like I'd get it. Oh, the mic died. I'd get a knock on the door.
We just share one.
I can just like turn it up.
I agree, and I'm loud.
So yeah, we can both just be loud. Also, I just remembered I'm like I'm up with this app Laps, and I have to continue my daily streak.
Yes, I like cause I had it like at first a while ago when you first put me on, but then I'd take the pictures and they would disappear. Oh. But I think that was like user error.
Maybe.
Like, I think I was just being a boomer.
Basically, there's this app Laps and it's low-key a pyramid scheme because when it came out, like, you had to add people to get in.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, what do you mean add 5? Or it's like you had to like recruit people.
Yeah, you had to recruit people.
And then I was so embarrassed.
And you had to like add people that already had it.
Yeah. And then it's like, I don't want these people.
Yeah. And I recently saw on their Instagram that they're doing like a creator thing. And I was like, low key, like I'll work for Labs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm down bad. So I was like, I'll promote them. But then I was like, I haven't used it in a year. They're not going to want me. So I hopped back on.
Yes.
But honestly, I love Labs. I always loved it because it's kind of giving like David's digital, where it just makes things digital.
Yeah, it has like that filter.
It puts the filter,
yeah.
and it's really cute. Like all of my best photos on my Instagram are from Labs, like unironically.
I agree.
Like no promo because they haven't accepted my application.
Yeah.
So not promo, but I do really like it.
Don't get it.
But I feel like I have to like go try hard mode now. But yeah, when I went back on, like now that you say that reminds me, like all of these random people from high school were like they were in my ads because I was probably the only person they knew on Labs.
Yeah.
So they had to add me. Like you had to add a certain amount of people.
That is what I kind of liked because I'm like, we're all doing it.
I just thought it was funny. Like I was like, why would they want me on Labs? And then I was like, oh, that's why. Like,
exactly.
I forgot that was like a point.
That's how I feel about LinkedIn.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm just like,
when like someone adds you on LinkedIn and they have 20 connections, it's like loser core. Like
it's also, it bugs me because it's like you. Okay, low-key tea and shade, because it'll be like, it's okay if you didn't follow me before, because, like, why would you? But it's like when you followed me, and then you unfollowed me, but kept me following you, but then you want to be my connection on LinkedIn. Now I have beef with you. Now I don't want to connect with you. Now I'm gonna click, well, I'll still connect for the clout. Like,
yeah, like, I want the connection,
like,
too.
I'll check, but I'll remember in the back of my mind, and I'll think bad things about you.
When I first got LinkedIn, I was, like, kind of embarrassed because I was still in college and I was still really in Greek life. I was like, it can't be like I know them, and it was like, you may know these people, and I was like, I do know them.
But
I
then
can't
it's like
them.
you don't know them. Yeah.
But now, no shame.
I
if
agree.
it's like you might know this person, yes, I do.
It's also just like in the beginning when you have no connections, it like I feel like a loser.
Yeah,
I'm like, why do you have 500 plus and I have 3, and I have 3.
I know, but now we're up there.
Exactly. Now we have 100.
Oh my god! Speaking of being up there, like our TikTok, we posted promotional TikToks for this podcast, and the ones from today are slaying. They're doing so well.
Shout out you guys.
I love if you guys saw them, because honestly, like I say this every time, but that episode was my favorite, and I think we had the best like funny times just because it was unscripted, unplanned.
Was like, well, not that any of this is scripted, but it was just like genuine, like. It was just like, I don't even, like, every time we film these, I say I black out, because, like, I do, and that's why I, like, go back and rewatch them, because I'm like, what did we talk about? Yeah. But I also just think, like, being in the car, it was just so, like, obviously how we're talking now is just, like, our normal conversations, but, like, in the car just made it feel like, more extra, authentic.
Yeah. Because lots of times, like, Kayla comes here, and then we talk a little bit, like, we went to Dutch for before, and it's like, we talk about some of the things we might talk about. Sometimes we make some notes. Today we didn't. We were feeling lazy. But, we write down like, oh, we want to like talk about this, or like we talked about it earlier in the week. For that one, we had a little. No, we were just like, whoa, we have to start the podcast now. Like,
it was just genuinely so real, because it was like you were driving, so like. You like she was just thinking about driving, you know, and you
like
were just
they
talking.
were just off the dome.
Yes,
like,
and I felt like so gross and ill, so I was just like not even like trying to like censor myself. I was just talking.
I genuinely think that's the cringiest I've been on the podcast. Not that it was like cringy, but like certain moments it was like, why did I say that? And then I was just like, because I was literally driving. Like, to be cringe is to be free.
I was literally gonna say that.
It's because I was literally not thinking at all. Like, no perception. Like I was just driving and like gotta get us home safe. So I was just like spitting.
And the crash outs were like real crash outs. Like it was like
we've been crashing out.
Yes.
Low key, I've been crashing out this week too, but I'll save that for later. I don't want to
crash out segment.
Yeah, I don't want to give it to them too early. Yeah. Like you gotta make a break for it. Oh, yeah, gotta tease them a little bit.
When you make your YouTube videos, you know how YouTube has like like label the sections, like there'll be like intro, blah blah. Do you do that, or do you just...
I don't do that.
Okay, good. Don't let them know. Don't let them know.
But I always check, or I don't check it, like comes check like auto make chapters. So I think it does it automatically, but I think a lot of things YouTube does, it only does when you have clout. Because like they don't even give me captions.
I know, which is really messed up.
But it says that it auto generates the captions.
That's ableist classist.
Yeah.
Another
It doesn't put captions on our videos or our podcasts.
Yeah.
Because we don't have enough clout.
Which is mess. You can't put some intern on this.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Also, like, if you have the technology to do it, you have the technology to do it.
Yeah, just do it.
So, like,
Just give
why
it to
can't
us.
I do it? Why can only other people do it? It's kind of messed. I feel like, oh, okay.
I was gonna say, why is it blinking?
It does that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has drama.
Yeah. Why are you blinking?
Guys, why'd you blink?
Breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. Have you seen those TikToks recently?
Yes.
I love them.
Oh my gosh.
I love that Anxiety's trending again because I forgot about that song.
Yes.
Oh, I love her.
I didn't know about it until like
Oh,
it was
really?
trending on TikTok. Yeah.
That's on like one of my really, really old playlists.
Oh.
Like I loved that song when it
I
came
just
out.
thought like it was just trending because like Dochi's trending and she's like the one singing.
Oh, it's
and
in
I
that
didn't even
show,
know.
right? It's in Fresh Prince.
Oh, is it? I never watched that.
Oh, I think that's what the trend is from.
Oh.
Like the dancing one.
Oh. I didn't know. But also I love when people rap over like the
Yes!
song.
Yes!
Like yeah.
I love a
Also,
sample.
I didn't know like obviously I knew people sampled things, but I'm just like, how can this be like? Do the people who wrote Somebody I Used to Know, do they get like a percentage or
Well,
like
okay, I don't really know. You guys can clock me in the comments.
Yeah.
But before like 2000, like DMCA and like those kind of laws are like brand new.
Mm-hmm.
So before like 2000, like all of the old like 90s rap, like I really like Tribe Called Quest, like all of their music is just sampling old music of like people that died because they just had the vinyl and they would just sing on it.
Oh.
And like you would just put it into a machine that would like make it so you could take the vocals away and like they would just sing on the vinyl that they owned and like that was perfectly legal.
Yeah.
And then now there's like not really people doing samples because of like all these copyright issues. So when you do, you have to like get permission. So sometimes like I think on like the Mac Miller song that samples Love Lost, I think it says like Mac Miller and whoever wrote that.
Okay, because you know how like Money Trees, he just like takes Silver Soul by what are they, Beach House or whatever they're called.
I'm not tapped into this. I don't know.
But he just like took literally that and then he just like made it backwards.
Oh,
so like,
that's
does
kinda
that
high.
count or is that
Well,
like doing something new?
I
Like,
don't know because also like a lot of content is fair use, meaning like if you're like how we just watched parodies, like that's completely allowed, but it's the same song. It's just like you change the words. So I think like if you do enough,
that it's like not exactly the same.
or like how reaction channels can exist, like that's completely allowed. You can play the full thing, like even on a stream, you can play the full video. You don't have to change anything because you're adding to it.
Oh.
So I think
I see. And you're also giving them credit because it's like
Yes.
obviously like
why has that never happened before?
Right?
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
It's like you can just if you fix it, if you add enough, it's allowed.
yeah.
But if you don't,
Okay,
it's not.
but also like
Wait, I have to stop it, so
okay,
don't
yeah,
move
yeah.
on. I was trying to wrap our topic.
Okay, yeah.
Also, guys, if you ever wonder why there's parts of our podcast that's clipped, it's because my camera, because it's not a video camera, stops after 30 minutes of filming, and that's why my timer went off. And I'm sorry you had to see that because normally we make it more smooth, but we were really passionate.
Yeah, because I just like because what I was gonna say before I got rudely cut off, when people make covers of songs and just slap it on their album, I'm confused because Lana literally did that.
Yes.
With the Sublime song.
Yes, and you didn't know it was the Sublime
I didn't
song.
know. I only knew the Lana version. Also, I think Lana's version is better. Controversial,
But you
I
heard
don't
that
know.
first. I think that's how people feel when they hear a song first.
But also, whatever that genre is, like, is Sublime reggae? Like, I know there's
Reggae, rock.
I know there's like debate about
I wouldn't
that,
say
so
Sublime
I
is
didn't know.
reggae, but like it's
Definitely
like I would
influence.
say like if you went on Spotify and you typed in beach rock, boom, Sublime.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I just also think that's not really the thing for me. But also her song, it's not like a exact cover. Like the way she sings words, it is a little different. So I'm just like, is that like allowed? Because like she did sing it different, I guess. Like,
I agree with like this quorum about having them on the album. I think if you want to make a cover, period.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, why is it on your album?
yeah, because I'm just like, why is it on NFR? Like, that's why, I don't know. Because
also,
a lot of people do that, and I didn't
think
know.
it's weird. I also have like a pretentious view of music in this way, where like I don't really listen to whole albums, and when I do, it's a big deal because I think albums should be like a complete like
like cohesive, like one theme,
yes, like
one story.
That's why I love like Hit Me Hard and Soft, like I love Chromacopia, like it's like they just make perfect sense. And it's like Hit Me Hard and Soft, Billie Eilish was so thought out, and like the planning of it, and each song fades into each other if you didn't know, and Blue references each song in the album.
That's like the only reason why I love Bittersweet is because the end leads into Blue, and it's so perfect.
And it sounds so good.
It does.
And I just think if you're gonna make an album, like that's how it should be. And if you just want to release music, you can just release them as singles. And if they're not gonna go together, they don't share a similar theme, then those are just EPs and those are just singles. And like you don't need an album, because it's what angers me.
Yeah, I agree to an extent, because also to me it's like they don't need to share like a theme, but they need to share a vibe. Like if I
agree,
if all those songs sound like completely different, I'm just low-key like, what? But like I just love when they all sound the same but different, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, okay, I know Miss Taylor is a little like womp womp, but like she's just so good at it. Like she's
albums
just so
are very good in that sense, where
they all sound the same but different.
Yes, and they're very different. Like if I had never heard a song, I could probably guess which album it would be on.
Yeah,
because she has a pretty,
vibes.
like, I mean, she's very like cohesive, but I think she has like a pretty underrated range. And it's like you can just very distinctly tell, and even from like the lyrics, you can tell like this is a completely different era of Taylor.
But
yeah, I'm not even
I feel like
that.
Lana does that really good too, because hers like it'll be like, I guess kind of like one central theme, but it's not like super like Billie's, how it was like whoa, like I didn't even know Blue referenced all of them before you said that.
That's why like I don't even watch, or I don't even listen to full albums. I just like what I like off the album and I put it on my playlist.
I know what you mean.
But like Hit Me Hard and Soft, I just listened to that just by itself.
Yeah, I only like listen to the whole album if it's like an album that I've like there's been a lot of hype and I'm like, okay, let me see what they're talking about, or it's like an artist I really love.
Yes, because I knew they made an album.
Yeah, like
I completely agree.
It takes me like I need to pull up the Genius lyrics when I'm listening to like an album for the first time, because I have like a really hard time like distinguishing like lyrics, like because to me, I'm just listening, and like their voice, like Paulo said this, and I was like, low-key facts. Like he was like, their voice is just another instrument, and I'm like, no, period though, because I'm just like, I don't know what they're saying unless I read it, and like when it first comes out, Spotify doesn't do the lyrics yet, so I literally need to be like locked in, and it's like that's just kind of a law, especially for like someone I don't even like love that much.
Yeah,
I'm just like I'll just hear about the top songs, and I'll probably tap into those, and if my friends want to put me on, then they can put me on.
Yeah, that's like what I've always appreciated. I have certain friends where I've sent them music and they read the lyrics, and I've always appreciated that, because sometimes it is just like, I think you'd like this song, and I don't even think about the lyrics. But sometimes it's like, you'd like this song, and then like they need to listen to the words, because it's like, this is about you.
I agree. Because without the lyrics, I'm kind of just like, they're like, upon first listen, I'm like, they're all like good, but it's like nothing really stood out to me. But when I like tap in and lock in, because also I feel like for me, music, it's like very passive. Like I put on music when I'm doing laundry. I'm not just like laying in my bed listening to music.
I do that.
Yeah, see, so that's where we're different. Like I need to lock in, because that's why you like when you listen to a song for the first time, you just add it in your like songs, and you're just like that, because to you you're like, wow, because you already were locked in. Yeah. But for me it's like I'm scrolling on my phone and it's just in the background. So I'm just like, it's just background noise to me.
Yeah. I agree with this. I also like what you said about the Genius interview. It kind of like angers me, that English teacher mentality that was instilled upon me about like not being able to comprehend media.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I feel like I can have my own opinion, and art is supposed to be subjective, and you can just believe.
Definitely.
But when I listen to a song, it's like I just want to know what they meant by that. And it's like, why can't I just trust myself to be right? Yeah. And also that it doesn't matter what it's about. It's what it's about to you.
Yes.
And that's why, like, I mean, I think they also just use it as an excuse, but that's why, like, a lot of artists will be like, I'm not going to tell you what it's about or who it's about. And I think it's also just an excuse because they don't want to, like, say who it's about. But I do think it's also, like, valid because it does ruin it. Like, now that I know Please Please Please, like, when Barry was in it, it's like that is what I think about every time.
Yeah,
like, I think about, like, the fact that she was dating Barry.
Yeah, it is like the song is just like what it is to you is what you make it. But also, like, I do get, like, it is fun knowing, like, what they meant by it. Yeah.
And, like, a metaphor that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just don't catch it.
Yeah.
Like, when I see a good Genius interview, because my brother always said this, like, Genius started from raps because you didn't know what they were saying.
Yes.
And now it's, like, it's gone. It's too far gone. Like, I need a bad bleep.
Yeah.
Come on, girl. Obviously,
So,
I'm Ray.
Yeah. That's kind
and
of
I'm a bad bleep. That's what she should have said.
Yeah. I need a bad bleep. Addison Rae.
These lyrics are really dear to my heart because I am Addison Rae.
Yes, okay. Sorry to go back on Taylor, but for Folklore, she did like her own Genius for the whole album, and I think every artist should do that.
I agree.
Because I don't want just like the main song, like the number one.
Yeah, because normally
those
those are easy to understand, and that's why they're popular.
Yeah, I'm like, that was just like the cash grab for the radio, like, obviously. But like, I want you to sit down and like tell me about the whole album, like what every song means. Like,
I've seen so many clips of Genius interviews that I didn't even know existed, because why do they exist? We know what you're talking about.
No,
there is no metaphor to uncover.
The most radio song where
it's literally a cash grab.
Yeah.
And it angers me so much because I genuinely want it for like those songs that I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, also, like, can someone, Ty, if you're listening, you need to put me on the lore of rap songs, because it's like, one, I have no idea. I sing the wrong lyrics so boldly so many times, and he's like, what did you just say? They did not say that. And I'm like, damn, my bad. But I just, like, want to know the story. Like, is there a deeper story, or are they just, like, they just said that because it sounded cool? Like, I want to know the lore.
I think a lot of them are both. Like, some of, like, I think artists have both.
The only, like, super lore I'm tapped into is like Violent Crimes by Kanye, just because it's crazy.
Cancel her.
How he can write that, because he's like that was when North was just born, and he's like, oh, like, men are awful, and now I have a baby girl, and it's like, but you treated Bianca the way you did, and and like, how can you do that?
I know.
Well, mental illness is how, but it's just like, yeah, but that's the only one that I'm really tapped in on. And I know Kendrick Lamar's the album with Money Trees, that's about like, Mad City, that's about a day in Compton, ? Like, that whole album is. But that's all the lore I know. Like,
Kendrick has crazy lore.
But yeah, Tyler the Creator has lore too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I just want to be like more tapped in, because when I think of like lore songs, I think of like the slower, like more like melancholic songs. Agree. Yeah.
Or like, the tea about like how like Olivia Rodrigo, we know the lore because we know her hobby.
Yeah, I need that level of lore for like every album ever.
And it's like also crazy because I think the boys are tapped into it and they just don't talk about it like us. But they act like they don't care. Yeah. They act like they're like, I just like this song. I know that you know. Yeah, okay.
I know like some little girl broke your heart and you listen to
this. And then I know you watch all, like, boys get so obsessed. Like, they always talk about fangirls. Can we talk about fanboys? Because boys get so obsessed with one person. Like, we're fans of everyone. But it's like, if a boy like likes Kendrick Lamar, that's his whole personality. And he knows every single lyric, and he knows why they wrote that. He's
in his room practicing, like, guess the song. He's like, love.
And he has like listen to every interview. Like, boys love to go on the deep cuts. Like, I don't watch anyone's interviews unless they're like shown to me by the algorithm.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
it's like, I'll be a big fan of someone, or I love someone's music, or like I think someone's really hot, or like whatever, and I don't deep dive. Like, the internet just does it for me.
I agree. Yeah, the internet, like, YouTube just shows me, and I'm like,
and then I'll watch it every now and then. Like, I know like stories about like how Chaperone started and stuff, just because like it's been shown
like
to
it's
me.
been presented to
and
you.
like I'm just in queer media. And like, people tell me stuff. Yeah. So then I just learn. But it's like, no, these boys are like, they're become really obsessed. Yeah. And you guys are fans and you can say
But
it.
I also think they become obsessed out of like a I'm better than you mentality. Like, I don't know, because I just feel like boys who like Kanye, they're really like obnoxious about it. Because like if
They're so defensive too.
they are, because it was like if I ever mentioned that, they'd be like, well, what album do you like? Name 5 songs. Like, it's like that mentality. It's kind of like the
That's true.
gatekeepy, you know what I mean?
They're like pretentious a little bit.
Yeah, and also like the boys who like TV Girl, y'all suck. Y'all can go.
Oh my
die.
God.
Like, yes. Or boys who like Tim Impala, like just like there's just like that pretentious.
Boys who like
fan.
Clairo.
You can die.
Put your hands
name
up.
10 Clairo songs. Like,
Yeah.
name 10
like
songs.
literally like jail. Like I'm
Yeah.
taking you away, officer.
Yeah.
Like
Because I do think there's like boys who like genuinely love the art of it and just like love the music, period. But 9 out of 10 times it'll be like a really pretentious way, a really defensive way, a really gatekeepy way, a really just
performative way.
Yes, like it's just like bad. But maybe I just hate men.
I agree. Yeah, we definitely are misandrous on this podcast.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, this just feels like a safe space. And if you're a male viewer, like it's no hate to you personally. It's hate to like the men that we have experienced.
Yeah, and if you're valid, you wouldn't be like...
You want to be offended.
Exactly. You would just be like, yeah.
I was talking about this for a while because obviously I'm a nerd. And so I watch streamers and no one's going to know who this is, but Cutie Cinderella, like,
I've heard of her.
Yeah, she made such a good point on Hassan Piker's podcast. Well, it's like all of their podcasts, but on her podcast, she was like, if I come on here and I'm like, men are trash, and like you guys get offended, it's because you're trash. Like you guys aren't offended because she's like, it's all men and her. And she's like, if I'm up here saying like men are trash, none of you care that I said that because you agree that men are trash. Yeah. It's like when you guys are like women are sluts, I'm not offended because I'm not a slut. And I was like, she ate with that because like that's so true. And it's like, yeah, it's true. Like when like boys have always been like bitches are crazy, and I've been like, yeah, because I know some crazy girls. So I'm just like true, and I'm not offended because I'm not crazy. Like I don't act like that in a relationship, and it's okay if you do, especially if you're young, because I think that makes you a better person later.
Learn. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good to be crazy when you're young. I encourage this behavior, like nothing harmful to others, but I think it's funny to be a little crazy.
It's also just like, shit.
Sorry if that was too hot of a take for y'all. Don't be sensitive.
Just like shit happens. Like, I don't know.
I agree.
I made like a TikTok. Y'all know that sound. She just wanna party. I made one of those, and then it was like when a girl's like mean to her boyfriend, blah blah blah, and then it's like when a boy is mean to their girlfriend, and then like I got a hate comment, and I was like, you're the problem. And then I like stalked their account because I was like, before I clock their tea, I need to see if like, you know, I'm valid. Yeah. And then they didn't have like any posts.
They never do. Every hate comment I've ever had, they've been private or no posts.
Yeah, trust me, I went to the repost and they reposted hella like Republican conservative things, and then I was like, okay, let me clock my tea, let me clock this tea, like let me snap back. And then they didn't say anything back because they knew I ate them up.
Because you did.
Plus boobs bounce when I walk.
Yeah, like
what do you have to say
don't
now?
care to ask.
Yeah, literally.
Because literally, I know, it's like, it's insane how we just can't live, and that trend is just designed to like be funny, but also because that is the mentality, and that's just the mentality we have because we grew up like you can't do anything. Like I remember when I was like 18 and I saw this like podcast clip, and they were like, a teenage girl can't do anything because they'll get teased no matter what they do. And it's so true.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I remember that stuck with me for so long, and I'm still thinking about it now.
Remember like Visco girls? Like, why were we making fun of them? They were just on Visco. No. And like I've never seen the only time I've seen girls wear like a big t-shirt, like, you know, like the big t-shirt, no pants showing, is like when they're at the beach. And it's like,
and of course the Visco girls at the beach. Like that's what I would wear. Like all of 2020, that's what I was strapped with because duh.
Yes, and it's like they have a hydro flask, like so do I. 20, like 1,000,000% of the population. Like what?
Well, it's like, I remember like the best example was like, oh, like if they're like a gamer or whatever, and then it would show all these clips of like women like playing video games or like streaming or like just playing, and like everyone is just mean to them for no reason. Everyone in the chat is just mean to them, like calling them slurs. It's like, what are we doing? Like, a girl can't do anything. And so I loved this trend because it was like, no, there's so many things that women can do that these men, like, they should be humbled for. And I don't come at me with double standards. Man cannot be like, look at this double standard. That's like not for you.
It's also like, we were talking about this in the car, but it's like, yes, it is a double standard, but it's also like, the standards women and men are held to are very different. Like, some things, okay, maybe it is like black and white, but I feel like a lot of things are gray areas, because it's like a woman doing this is so different than a man doing this. Yes. Like, for real, like, just dead
because
ass,
for real,
so different.
And it's like, because there's a power in difference. Like, yes, we believe that that people are equal. Like, obviously we're feminists. Obviously we think like women and men are equal. But that's like, the problem is that society is not built that way. It's like, if I like bully a man, like, they are at no threat from me. Yeah. Like, if I like even like push someone as hard as I could, I don't even think I could hit like I couldn't hurt a 6-foot man if I tried.
I couldn't even reach him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But then it's like, them doing it, even if they mean it also as a joke, it's coming from a whole different perspective of like the patriarchy and like men who actually abuse women. Yeah. So it's like, you can't bully me in the way that I can just bully you. Yeah. Because it's like, even though you're kidding, it's like still gonna trigger my fight or flight. Yeah, I'm still gonna think that you're trying to kill me, even though like I know you would never. Yeah. Because would you?
Yeah. I just think it's just like, we can't be like saying like blah blah blah, like everything's equal, when it's like, we don't live in a world where it is.
Exactly. We want it to be. Yes. But currently it's not.
It's like, it's
so
just
you have to acknowledge that.
Exactly. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like that picture where like everyone has like the same size box, but not everyone can see over the fence because one person's taller than the other.
Oh yeah. And then equity like, over quality.
Yes, because it's like, you need to give some people more because they have less. And it's like, we live in a world where like these systems are upheld because like, you know, like equality just isn't enough. Like, we need equity. Like,
I think
it's
like
not enough to just treat everyone
one day
the same.
like we just have to go on an educational rant, and maybe it'll be a podcast, maybe it'll be like a video, because like we're literally both social science majors, so we both like are so in, and it's like, yes, these are issues everyone knows about it, but it's like the way that like we have like learned about the issues is different than how most people have.
I agree,
because we have not only lived experience but research and like live research that's still being done, because we go to a research institution. It's like all my professors are doing their own research and then preaching it to me, and then I'm like, how is it still happening?
It's also like, it's like you can like think that you know, and like you can be an advocate and like a supporter, but it's also like me, like I feel like I know a lot, but it's like I know nothing at the same time. So that's why I just feel like it's like, even if you know and you like agree with our stance, it's just nice to like know some more, you know?
I think also if you agree with someone, you like learning more. Like we were just talking about how I was crashing about going to school, but I'm gonna burp. Ew. Excuse me. But I was scratching out about going to school, but I just genuinely love learning so much that I just know I'm gonna like it, because I just want to know about these things, even if I'm not gonna use them in the real world.
Next quarter, when I take queer retellings, y'all wait.
Yeah, just y'all wait for us to be insufferable. Also, I hate when like men come at me with that comment, because it's just like, like, shut up, let us live, let us like stuff. What do you mean I'm insufferable? Okay, I'm just talking about my passions.
Yeah. Also, just going back to like learning, like before, when I'd get into like arguments with people from other side, I would low-key be like, well, I don't like really know how to retaliate this besides being like, well, you suck, you know? Because it's like, but it's like now like I do know how to clock their tea.
True.
And
come at us, clock us.
I just think that's like a grand old thing. Like,
I agree.
Actually, you're wrong, and then I actually have like stuff to say besides plus boobs bounce when I walk, you know?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because we're like educated, we could cite our sources.
Yeah.
That's why I hate like the freaking Jubilee Glee videos and how they have someone who's a professional debater who is so red-pilled and such an idiot. Like, they don't even believe what they're saying because they're just trying to convince the public to be Republican. And they come with knowledge, and they're like 30 years old, so they like have all this stuff memorized, and they
have,
debate,
like, points ready.
They debate for a living, and they know what the answer is. And then they're like, okay, what college kids want to come?
Literally.
Oh, we're not going to tell you what you're going to talk about, but do you want to come?
That one boy, what's his name? Dean?
Oh, but he's also a debater.
Oh, okay. See,
he does it on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know this.
Him and Parker both. I always see Dean on my For You page.
I don't know Parker. Which one's Parker?
They're in the same. He's also just the little white boy. They were friends.
Yeah, I just know Dean clocks that.
Yeah, that video isn't that bad, but they're getting progressively worse, and they're just like promoting like villainous content. Like, it's not even
it's like rage baiting. Like,
it
the
is.
other person will just rage bait them.
It's like it's not
and then be
even
like, see. You get so angry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not even like, oh, I believe this policy should be in place, and then they debate about it. It's like, trans people suck. Debate me.
Yeah.
What?
No.
What?
Like,
Like, that's just your opinion.
These are just getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I'm just like, why is like your stance just like I hate a group of people?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't understand. Like, why is that like what's going on in our politics right now, where everything is just like, I don't like this, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't like these people. I don't like what they like, so I'm gonna get rid of it. It's like, when has that ever like when has that ever been like what we do? Like, why is that what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. This is why we need to like literally start from scratch, but like I don't think that's possible.
I don't either.
Unless all the rich people leave and they like live on Mars or whatever, and then we can like,
I know,
we can claim Earth.
Can't they
again.
all? What was the islands? Was it the like Fiji Islands? Like, what were the islands that were all man-made?
Oh, I have no idea. I was like, the lesbian island.
No.
Like,
There was like all these islands that were all man-made, and then they ran out of funding, and they made every like place. So there's like all the states, like, and then there's like all of like the European countries.
Whoa.
And like there's only like one habited, and it's like Georgia or something, and like some guy just lives on like the Georgia island, and he's like a bajillionaire. And I'm like, can't they all just go there? Like, they can all just go buy an island.
If Fiji was man-made,
I think it was Fiji.
but I just know they shoot Survivor in Fiji.
Yeah, well, okay, it's like they're man-made islands. I just think it's like it's attached to Fiji, like they're separate.
Oh,
but it's like
not actually Fiji, but like
it's
Fiji
probably just right
adjacent.
there. Like, you probably see them. But it's like,
The
so it's
Islands?
technically Fiji. I don't know, but I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know if it's actually Fiji, but that's just what came to my mind. But yeah, why? Like, all the billionaires can just go there. They don't need to be in society. Just like bring your friends and just like go to the island.
They just need more.
Like, they can start their own society on the islands. They can all hang out. They can like make a little Starbucks and then like make their kids work there or something.
Yeah.
They can fly people into work there. I'm sure they would.
No, I was gonna say yeah.
Like, I'd do that. I'd work at the Starbucks there.
Yeah, could they just leave and then could we just like start from scratch, or like we can leave?
They can just leave and they can just be like detached and like they can just do their own thing.
What's that book where it's like the boys are on the island and there's a conch shell and whoever has the conch shell?
Lord of the
like,
Flies?
Yes, Lord of the Flies.
Love.
No, they eat piggy.
I mean, they do,
that's
but I just think like it's just a great concept. Like, that's a classic for a reason. That book is good.
Yeah,
It's a good book.
It is. It was mid.
It was
It was alright.
whatever. Since we were talking about being a misandrist, I really want to move on to my Hinge. I'm gonna start it and stop it again.
Quick question: what's your favorite like classic book?
Ooh. Literally, I loved Lord of the Flies. Like, that was one of my like really locked in ones. I don't know if this counts, but The Giver.
Yeah, I feel like The Giver is definitely.
It's like not. Oh, also like To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
What about you?
I liked Brave New World and also Fahrenheit 451. Those are classics.
I'm reading Brave New World right now because I don't think I read it. I think I maybe Sparks noted it. I don't think I read it for real. Mm-hmm. So I'm reading it right now.
But also shout out Edgar Allan Poe's short stories. Those like they're like so fire. Like when we'd have to read them for class, I'd be like, ugh. But then like one page in, I'm like, wait, what happened?
I had a really bad attention span as a kid, so I was more of a short stories girly. And just like the way classic, like I remember trying to read Wuthering Heights, and I just couldn't because I just like literally like I couldn't get myself to like understand the language.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
The pretentiousness of the language. But now I'm at a point where I can. I have a degree. I can understand Wuthering Heights now, but
Yeah.
so I feel like I'm gonna get back into the classics
That's
now that I'm a little smarter than I was.
Yeah. Cause I remember last summer I was trying to read Sylvia Plath's, what's it called, The Bell Jar, and then like I was like kind of getting into it, but then my library, because I got it from the library, it was like expiring and I didn't want to renew it. And also like last summer I was just reading like things for fun, like I was just reading, like,
I read a lot of
novels.
like it doesn't matter type of books.
Yeah. But then I was like, let me like try to be educated, and then I was just like, nah. So I just returned it. But I do want to get into like Sylvia Plath and Jane Austen.
Yeah, I want to get back into like an education. I think I definitely can now that I have more time. But yeah, normally in the summer I just want like a silly, I can read it in a day.
I agree. But also what you were saying about Wuthering Heights, that's how I felt about Slaughterhouse-Five, because I read that, and so many people hype it up. But
I read that one in a day.
When I read that, it was for like school, so obviously I wasn't
didn't care.
locked in.
That's how I felt.
But then everyone says it's so cool.
I liked it because I never had to read it for school, and so I just like sped run it in a day.
Yeah, so I'm just like, dang, I wish I like took the time to actually do it. Okay, Hamza.
Does he do that?
Or like in the live, you know?
When he's like, hyperfixation time.
Yes. Okay, should I start? Or
You can begin.
Okay, I have it in my notes app. But first of all, the song Timeless by The Weeknd, that's just been stuck in my head. Like, X is tatted all over my body.
That was in the Slushy News video. Did you watch it?
Martin tatted all over my body. But,
It's all over TikTok.
yeah, it is. And it's just like, genuinely catchy. Like, I don't know, it's just good. Like, yeah. So I just been like, every time I get in the car, timeless. Like, I just really like it. And then my other one, you're also gonna giggle at this, Roblox, but more specifically the Guess the Song game.
Oh, yeah.
I love that game so
Roblox
much.
video coming.
Yes. I peaked at second though. I've never won. I swear maybe I'm just crashing out, but I'm like, they're cheating, they're hacking. Like, but like, I think so, because like, I don't know. But y'all should check out that game. It's actually really good and really fun. And yeah, those are my hyperfixations.
Freak. Okay.
You play with me, so I don't want to hear it.
I know, but it's like, y'all should check it out. It's like funny.
They should. I want to spread the joy. It's really fun.
Okay, my hyperfixation, like mine's like not any better. I'm really obsessed with nachos right now, but like poverty nachos. Like,
yes, the microwave.
Like when you microwave cheese on chips. And like, I don't know why. Like maybe it's like dehydration. Apparently you crave salty foods when you're dehydrated.
Oh, because like electrolytes?
I don't know, I guess. But I don't think I'm dehydrated, but I'm just like, I'm always craving it.
I was going to say, like, you just said your head hurt.
True. That's from the Red Bull. True. But I'm just like, anytime I want food, I'm just like, I just want like, but I've been in my protein grind, so I put beans on it now.
Oh, period. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, like I just want it all of the time. Mm-hmm. And we're both hyperfixated on Dutch Bros. Yes. Let's not forget.
Oh my gosh, yes. The blended Rebels, it's just like a slushy, and like I genuinely forget that there's Red Bull in it when I get it blended, because it just tastes like syrupy goodness to me. Like, it's just really sweet. But also, like, I know some people are sensitive to caffeine, but it's like I just chugged mine and it's like 9 p.m.
That's why I have a headache.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, I'm here for it. It's just such a good slushy consistency.
I agree.
Yeah.
I also like, I feel like I don't really have media. I made a playlist, but it's like, it's very different. Like I don't have a hyperfixation song. Because I don't really have media, because I've just been so locked in to the grind, because we're influencers. Like I've just been so locked in, but my hyperfixation was, and now it's over, Big Little Lies, because Kayla just put me on, and I watched the whole series.
Also check it out.
I watched the whole series like within a week.
I have another one too. My friend Amy, shout out Amy, she just put me on the originals. It's like a Vampire Diaries spinoff, but I've never seen Vampire Diaries. She told me I should watch that first. But then we started watching originals, and it's about like the OG vampires, but it's pretty interesting. And Cleo and Emma are in it. I didn't know that. Yeah. And I was like, whoa. And it's actually like, it's so dumb, but like, obviously I like it. Duh. But yeah.
I feel like I could go on a whole separate video about old men on my Hinge. But I did want to talk about my Hinge. Yes. I wanted to start with that. I just forgot. So Harper's Hinge. Because it hasn't really been a crash out because I don't even like look at Hinge the same anyway, like anymore. Because before it was like I was just crashing out because I'm like, why are there no baddies in my DMs? But now there are baddies in my DMs. I'm not even gonna lie. There's been a occasion. There's been a few. There's
had some matches.
I've had a few matches.
Yeah,
like
happens,
originally, I was just going through like XXXXX and then like screenshot, XXXXX because it was just for funny. But yeah, some of them got me. I'm not gonna lie. But my biggest quorum with the Hinge boys right now is like their profiles. Like before I was just saying what they've said to me, which is also like problematic. But like this man I saw today, he's 37 and a teacher. And then he was just like, dating me is like knowing I was raised by a therapist mom and a teacher dad, both hippies and feminists. I have 2 little sisters, and because of all of this, I value EQ over IQ. Also, this is about as serious as I get. I'm a doofus.
Ladies, this is the worst man you'll ever meet in your life. If he was valid, he would never mention any of those things. This is D1 manipulator right here. Beware. And also, you're 37.
Yeah.
Why are you using the word doofus?
And like all his pictures are him like in a classroom because he's a teacher.
Oh.
It's like you need a flex.
Yeah.
Weird flex.
Like, I don't know. Being a teacher is like cool and all, but it's like, I don't care. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's just strange.
It's quite strange. And then, yeah, all of these are going to be profiles profiles from my matches, or from my likes. Like, they liked me. This is why I saw their profile, guys. Like, my preferences, I would never have come across this man because this man's 50.
Okay, but another note on the 37-year-old, it's like, this is why I get scared because, like, that is what's teaching the next generation. Because, like, okay, I don't know this man. Like, maybe I'm being really mean right now. But it's like he's 37 liking a 21-year-old. That's already weird to me. Yes. That's what, 16 years difference?
This one's worse.
That's like a student. That's like one of your students.
This is worse. This man's 50. He said, my simple pleasures. Also, he's 50. My parents are 50. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. My simple pleasures. I practice yoga 5 days a week. Meditate. I've done the work. Learned from my experience. Looking for my best friend. Someone to travel, cook, laugh with. Age is just a number. The mind and body is the reality. So I know, and this he didn't say this to me. This is on his profile. I don't remember. I don't think so.
Okay, because like, why are you saying the body is like what matters or whatever he said?
Like, it's so obvious that he's a predator. Like, in your Hinge bio, age is just a number. Like, he didn't even say that to me. It's like he's only looking for 20-year-old women.
Yeah.
Freak. Yeah. Actual freak.
Also, like, how he, like, I don't know, that one, just straight up no. Next.
This one, I just screenshotted. Yeah, next time I'll go back to my chats because I have a lot in here, but I'm just going to do profiles right now. This one I just screenshotted because it's funny. Mm-hmm. This man's 28, like, not that deep. And he was like, my biggest date fail. And it said, gave her star emojis, but he only put 4.
So only 4.
and then he put the eggplant.
Oh yeah.
So he didn't give her 5-star D. He gave her 4-star D. Like, why not 5? So that's why I laughed.
If you have a bad personality,
right?
I'm not hitting you up again.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, well, now I'm uninterested because why did you only give her 4-star D? Like, why didn't you try harder?
Yeah. If you're not like maxing out every time,
why aren't you always giving 5 stars? I'm always giving 5 stars.
Yeah.
Why are you giving 4?
I agree.
Okay. And had to get a restraining order against her because she didn't want to leave me alone. True story.
I don't believe you.
Freak. In a bad way.
Restraining order? You wish.
Yeah. Also, this is the last one. I don't know this man's age. It wasn't in this part. I think he's slightly older than me, 25 maybe. Maybe also 28 like the other man. My simple pleasures. Black coffee in the morning. Chicken and rice for lunch. In bed by 9.
Looks like he would be into this lifestyle.
But that's also not a pleasure. Like, what are you talking about?
Maybe it's It's okay to eat a little ice cream. It's okay to have a hamburger, baby. You can eat some bread. It's okay.
Like, it's just like, how is that the prompt? And like, you think you're flexing on me? Like, I'm very confused by like, why? Like, do you think it's funny? Like, I'm just like,
I just feel bad for you because you're giving Jim Bro with ED, and I'm
right? Yeah, we need to talk about male EDs. Like, as much as we hate on men, like, guys, you need to get it together. Like, I don't think you should be living like this. Like, choose love sometimes.
It's okay to eat some bread.
It's okay to have like your cheat meals. Go to a nice restaurant. You got money, like go eat what you want. You don't have to like.
It's okay to put a little sugar, a little creamer in the coffee.
Like,
life's all about the simple pleasures, babe.
Like that's not a pleasure.
That's just sad.
It is.
Nothing wrong with it in bed by 9 though. That's fine.
No, yeah, that was the best part of it. That's a pleasure to me. In bed by 9, yes, please.
But unless you genuinely like black coffee,
which is also fine. It's just kind of pretentious to even say. But it's like, that's not a pleasure. Just say coffee. Yeah. Like, just say coffee. But you made it weird.
Yeah, the rice and chicken part, like, it's okay. You can eat some pasta. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, basically this is moving me so seamlessly into my crash outs because I'm a podcaster, so I planned this whole thing. Yeah, my crash out is that I want to get married all of a sudden.
If you guys know Harper IRL, this is like so gag.
Yeah, I posted that on my private story and multiple people slid up and was like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, because this is so out of character for her.
Yeah, I've always been the type to been like, I'm not going to get married. If anything, I'll just date someone for a long time. My brother feels similarly.
Yeah, like just having a life partner. That was like me too. But okay, like, because I felt the same way, but you are right. Like, it's different because I like have someone that I see myself marrying.
That's what I always said to Kayla is I was like, I think if you found a person, it would be different. Mm-hmm. And like me and my brother have just this other sort of trauma of like, we just don't think it's worth it because relationships in our lives have not worked out. Where like my brother's been dating the same girl for years and years and years, and like they've known each other since high school and they've been dating forever, and like there's no sign of breaking up, and he still doesn't want to get married.
Yeah, it's like, not to clock y'all, but it's like children of divorce.
Exactly. Like it's just our commitment issues, and my other brother doesn't feel that way at all.
Yeah, because also before, for me, marriage, it was just the whole like wedding thing, like, because it's like it's gonna cost a lot of money. It's also like I'm paying for you guys to like enjoy me. Like, I don't know.
Like, before, I used to want a wedding and not a marriage because commitment issues, and also just because like I don't see the purpose. It's like a contract. I was like, maybe for taxes, but like,
yeah, I was gonna say I was always down to go to the courthouse and like do a little thing, and then we can like go home and like get lit with our homies.
I always secretly dreamed of like a little bit of a wedding, like, but then I was always like, no, I don't want to be married. Like, we can have the wedding and we're not gonna be married on paper, because I was always scared. And I don't have.
It just makes things messy.
It does, and I don't want to put that upon my family. I don't want to put that upon myself. I don't want to break up. And now I have no prospects. The first time in my life that I've been single for this amount of time. I'm bitchless. I've never been bitchless, like, ever. Like, even when I've been like, I'm so single, it's like I've always had like a crush, or I've always had one that like it's still lingering. It's still there, but like I'm just not that interested, or like I'm really interested in someone, I know they don't like me. Like, I've always had a something. Yeah. Right now, I'm so perfectly content with not having a something and just being completely fine. And like, I genuinely just like I'm not looking. Like, when I've had my matches on Hinge, it's just been like, they're just cute. I have to accept it. And then our convo's bad every time. Yeah. And then, I think that's what set me into a spiral, made me crash out, because I realized like I do want to get married one day. Yeah. And I am bitchless.
I'm like, my prediction from like so long ago, like the next one's gonna be the one. Like, I think you're gonna go to New York, and then there's gonna be like there's gonna be Huz.
I agree with this.
Because also I feel like the SoCal scene, like, it's just bad. Like, it is just bad. Because people are just here to play. And like, that's okay.
And we live in like tourist town, especially. Like, I don't know why a bunch of tourists are here this week, but a bunch of tourists are here this week. Maybe it's like,
I guess it was kind of warm this week, so they're like, good weather, let's pull up.
Like, it's repopulating, and like, tourists don't want anything to do with you. They're just here to play.
Yeah, I also just think it's kind of like our age bracket. It's like, if you already have someone, you're like serious with that someone, but if you don't have someone, you're just kind of looking to play.
And yeah, I've always just been down to clown. I've always just been here for a good time. I've been like, if I start liking them, then yeah, I'll date them. I've never searched for dating. I've always just been like, if I click with them, I click with them, and then until I don't anymore. And I think like since I've been single for so long, it's been over a year, that the reason I am like actually sad about this is because normally I don't think about getting married because I don't want to marry the person I'm with. And now it's like I don't have anything.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like you before had boyfriend too, and you were just like, I never want to get married. Yeah. And it's like you're not normally bitchless either. You've had hus. So it's like we were just being like, we don't want to ever get married because
weren't worthy.
All of the people that we've encountered, we were like, we would never marry.
Yeah, that's actually so true.
And now I think it's like I haven't encountered anyone, and I'm like, wait, I do want to get married.
Yeah. But I also just think like there's still time, because like people always just put like this like clock on things, you know what I mean, where they're like, oh, like I want to have kids by this age, so, and ideally I want to date this person for this long before we get married, and then like I want to be engaged for this long. But it's just like, that's just like not how the world works, obviously. Like I know y'all know this, but it's just like we also are 21, but it does suck to be bitchless. Like that feeling is an awful feeling.
It's like I'm not in the phase, like I know a lot of people that are like this, and it just drives me insane when they like get broken up with, or like something doesn't work out and they're like, I'll never find the one. I don't think that. I know I'm gonna find the one eventually. I'm just
like impatient.
I'm just impatient. Yeah, exactly. It's not like oh, poor me. I have no marriage. I want to get married so bad. Like I don't mean right now, and I don't mean like, oh, I'm never gonna get married. Woe is me. I mean like, I'm just upset. Like, I don't even have potential. Yeah. Like, one day I will, but it's like right now, bro, this sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, move on to your crush out, because also this episode's so long. And also, guys, spoiler alert, I'm going out. Of course I am. And it's 9:30. I got to get ready. People are coming in 10 minutes. Okay, go.
Okay, my crush out is, okay, I don't know if you guys are tapped in, but Vanderpump Rules. I just got, okay, also, I don't know if you know about this, but like Scandival, like how, you know, Ariana Madix, the girl who hosted Love Island.
You told me about this.
Yes, okay, so her longtime life partner, Tom, cheated on her with like one of her best friends, and like I knew that was gonna happen, but I finally got to like the season and like the season finale where they unravel all of it, and like Rachel Leviss, I hate you, like literally, but also Tom, I hate you too. But like, okay, usually I'm always like, let's not blame the woman, but this time I'm blaming the woman because she was besties with her. Like, you knew better. It's not just like some random girl.
This is old tea, right?
Yeah, it happened like 2023, so it's not that old, but
my old roommate was really tapped into this.
Yeah, but yeah, so it was like, it's also so sick and twisted because they lied at the reunion, because at the reunion the guy who hosted, Andy Cohen, he was like, okay, like now's the time where you guys can like low-key like not clear your name, but just like set the story straight, like give Ariana some closure, and like they were still lying. And like I don't know, like, because throughout the show, like, I obviously knew the, like, pretext that they cheated. So everything they did was so gag-worthy because it was, like, she slept with him, and then they were in Mexico for their other friend's wedding, and then, like, she was trying to get with his bestie, who was this other girl's ex-husband in the friend group, and then the other girl was mad at her because she's like, that's my ex-husband.
You would love, well, I don't know, maybe you would hate it because it's very similar, but there's a show that I just watched. It's on Netflix. I'll have to tell you what it's called, but it has Jordan Michael Key. Keegan Michael Key. I always confuse Key and Peele. I'm sorry. I don't know who is who. The tall one of Key and Peele. Okay. The one that does more like acting. He was in Pitch Perfect. Oh, okay. That one. And it's friends from college. That's what it's called. And I loved it. And like, yeah, like there's so much cheating scandals, and it's like, it's so entertaining, and it's fake, so it makes it better. This is crazy because it's real.
I kind of like the realness is why I'm crashing out, because literally the whole season, also like Sheena low-key hate her, but Raquel is like worse because of all this. But like I would literally sit at the TV and I'd like scream back at them, and I'd be like shaking from anger. Like it would just make me so angry because like Ariana and Tom, they were having like not super issues, but like like, you know, obviously every relationship has issues, and she would like talk to Raquel about it, and Raquel would like be giving her advice while sleeping with her man in her bed in their home. Like, yes, and then yes, and I'm just like, you're just so sick and twisted, because it's also like, that's just so like gross, because like, he literally dressed up as her for Halloween, and she was like his little groupie. Like, I'm just like, that's just sick and twisted. Like, you're not even trying to hide it at this point.
Reason why I can't trust men.
Yes, and then he just shows like, he's just so like crocodile tears, and I just hated it. But Raquel, like, I was just like, God, I hate this, because like they were like, I'm trying to take accountability, but like you weren't, because also like Tom like kept victim blaming Ariana and being like, well, you didn't really want to know, because he was like, if he would be like, I lied when I said I was going to Schwartz's, and all Ariana had to do was ask where I was going, and then I would have told her. And I'm like, what do you mean? And then Ariana is just like, the whole time too, there were like, the other friends were like low-key suspicious of this, and they would tell it to her, and then she'd confront him, and then she would just trust him, because she's like, that's my life partner, like, we've been together 12 years, why would I not trust him? But yeah, that's my crash out. I just hate it.
That was a crazy crash out and lore drop. And yeah, see, when my roommates were watching it, they were super like, but for some reason it's a reality show I can't get into, and maybe if I start from the beginning I would, but
the beginning is crazy. Like, that whole show is just crazy.
It's like, I know so much, and like all of what you just said was crazy. I know I was texting, people are blowing me up, because like I said, people are coming in 10 minutes, so I'm trying to be a good person and actually respond to them, since they're on the way to my house. So sorry, viewers, but yeah, when everyone was tapped into Vanderpump, and like I really wanted to go to the restaurants, like it's also queer media, all the girls and gays love Vanderpump, but it's like
Ariana's bi.
I know the drama with like
Lala eating her cookie in the back seat. Yeah,
I lived for that. And it's like, I don't know, my roommates would play it on like the living room TV. I just was like, yeah, I was bored, bro.
I know what you mean. I could just like sit you down and give you like a recap.
I think I'd prefer that.
Yeah, because there's like so much, and it's like this drama, it's even more deep rooted, and like I haven't even gone into it super, because I like know we're on a time crunch, but it's like Raquel was engaged to like Tom's other friend. Yes, and then he literally helped them plan the engagement. So it was just like so many levels of betrayal, and it's also like Raquel,
and like some is scripted for TV, like they amp it up because they know it's gonna get them like
but it's
clout,
also,
but
at the end of the day, this is like real people's lives.
Exactly.
And relationships.
Yeah, relationships are real. Like even on like Love Island and stuff, it's like they still had feelings. Like even though like it's played up, it's like they still have feelings.
Yeah, like there's still real people at the end of the day. And I also just think you're not like super reality TV girl, because like I super am. Like,
because I didn't grow up on it, so like the older stuff, like I kind of like it for the drama if I start at the beginning, but you know how I feel about sounds, and like they're so loud, there's so much going on, and
always gets overstimulated.
I get really overstimmed with that kind of TV, people talking over each other and the music's playing, and
but like
it's like I'm in the club and I don't like it. Yeah, I was so overstimulated at your house.
Just get smacked in that show, and like I'm living.
And I live for the drama too. I need the better production quality, I think.
yeah.
I need an A24.
I feel like the first. Definitely season 1 and low-key season 2, it's so raw and real. Like season 1, it's like, what? Yeah.
Okay, sorry. This is the longest episode ever, and my camera's literally blinking battery, which is crazy because I charged it before Kayla came. So we literally have to cut ourselves off, which is also crazy because we've been hanging out for hours.
I know. We just had a lot to say.
So like we just had a lot to say today, and it was all off the dome. And maybe we need to go back to having notes so that we don't like have another hour and a half podcast. So I'm sorry. Thanks if you guys watched, and yeah, watch our other video that I referenced.
For real.
And watch my TikTok, because I spent the whole day recording a TikTok today, and it low-key took a lot out of me. So watch it.
Yes.
Thanks.
Just watch everything.
Yeah, watch my content and appreciate me so I can be famous. Thanks.
Bye. Bye. So, this is awkward. I would like to formally apologize to Slushy Noobs because I bashed them for not getting my merch yet while everyone else got theirs, but look what came in the mail. Okay, but they never emailed Ty saying it was there, so how was he supposed to know? But also, I guess Ty never checked. So I would like to apologize and give my review of the merch. But once again, I'm really sorry, Martin and Hamza and Corey and everyone else. No tea, no shade. I just really wanted my Mandy merch. Okay. I'm kind of sad because in my mind they'd give like a little photo card or something, but it looks like it's just the shirt. Oh, and I got a pin. Okay, let me try and open this. Wow. I love this. Thank you, Slushy Noobs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, I'm so sorry. Please, please, please forgive me. Okay, but the shirt, like the it feels like genuinely really good and soft. And it's 100% cotton, so that's kind of fire. And I really like that this is a pin, so I don't have to get scissors. I can just pop it out. But yeah, once again, I would really like to deeply, genuinely apologize to Slushy Noobs. I'm so sorry. I never should have said the things that I said. I deeply regret them. Moving on, I'm gonna try and better myself as a person. And thank you so much. Okay, you can